more information to help resolve your issue. For domain support, press 1. For email support, press 2. For hosting support, press. Your call may be monitored and recorded to ensure quality customer service. We apologize for the delay. All of our representatives are currently assisting other customers. Your call is very important to us. Please remain on the line and a representative will be with you shortly. Your estimated wait time is 7 minutes. If you would prefer to hold without music, press the pound key now. We want to help you as quickly as possible. If you're an existing GoDaddy customer, there are a couple of steps you can take to speed up the process. First, go to GoDaddy.com, log into your account, and click the My Account tab on the upper right side. Second, please have your shopper PIN or the last 6 digits of your credit card available. Our representative will need this information to access your account. Thank you for calling Sales and Support. My name is to better assist you. May I please have your customer number?
I thought I answered that before.
I don't have your customer number here, but if you could give it to me, that'd be great.
Okay, it's,
And your last 4 digits of your PIN number, the 4-digit PIN number that you associated with your account? Alright, and then your first and last name, sir? Okay, and Mr. If we should get disconnected, could I reach you back? It looks like is that correct?
Yep.
How can I help you today?
I just have a few questions and just some confirmation I want to get on something.
Sure.
I am trying to update my Whois information, and
Okay.
you guys have a policy, or at least I want to know, there's a policy where if you change your Whois information in what you guys consider significant change, that there is a policy to lock the domain for 60 days. Is this an ICANN policy or a GoDaddy policy?
Okay, so if you significantly make changes, you lock it for 60 days. Well, I guess what that means, at least the only thing that I'm aware of that is our policy here, is if you get a new domain with us, okay, like you transfer it or you purchase it new year,
Yep.
we do not allow you to transfer it under 60 days.
Yeah, that's an ICANN policy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's our policy. I don't believe other companies follow that. But any other policies would be ICANN policies, most likely.
Okay. Well, okay, so the only ICANN policies for locking a domain is for when you buy a new domain, or you renew the domain, or you transfer the domain. Basically, whenever the domain changes hands, or it's renewed in the registry, or created in the registry, basically. And, okay, so you guys have a policy of locking the domain for 60 days if I, like, change my organization name, or my first name, or my last name, or some kind of information that's considered significant.
Let me
And,
check on that.
okay,
That might be an ICANN policy, it sounds like, but let me just double check.
okay.
And you know what? It is a GoDaddy policy for name change.
Okay.
So if you change the name on the domain, and it's, you know, it's going to be a hold for 60 days, that's correct.
Okay. So, as a GoDaddy policy, that would be considered a registrar lock, right? That would be something you guys would be doing.
Right, exactly.
Okay. So the next question I have is this optional? Is there any way to change the Whois information without doing this?
No, that would be the only way you could do it. I mean, let me just double check on something here.
Okay.
I'm going to go to your domain manager and just look to see. Bear with me here.
Okay. Because if you try to change anything like the organization name, there's a checkbox that shows up that says in order to change the information, you have to basically check a box to agree to have the domain locked for 60 days. And there's no way to change it without actually checking the box.
Yeah, that is the GoDaddy rule. I can't think of any other way that you could do that that wouldn't prevent that from happening.
Okay. Hey, do you have an email address I can send you a link?
Sure.
What
What
is
were
it?
you sending me? Just curious.
It's an ICANN link.
Okay.
Okay, I think that was a little fast, so it's...
And then it's at GoDaddy.com.
Okay.
And are you saying that there's a ICANN rule that you can't do that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and I'm just going to show this to you.
Okay.
So I just want you to look at it and then just tell me what you think about it. If you can do that for me.
Sure.
Okay, so that link has been sent.
Okay. That's letting me know. Okay.
Okay. And if you go to that link, you'll see that they first kind of abbreviate some of it, where it goes to like 1 and 2, and then if you look further down, there's a section 2 about halfway down the page.
Are you saying it's in bold under number 2? It says the registrant change to whom his information is not a valid reason to deny a transfer request?
Yes. And what I'm most interested in is the last 3 paragraphs just before conclusion. And if you could tell me what you think that means.
Right. I just placed you on hold. I need to check because I know there's a difference between like transfers. Like the word transfer can be a broad word. Transfer.
Well, okay. Let me tell you, or let me kind of abbreviate kind of what this says. It basically says that a change of the Whois is not a valid reason to deny a transfer or lock the domain, and it says that you can obtain it voluntarily, but it says that it must be a written objection, and it says registrars that have implemented processes that require registrants to consent to deny transfer requests in order to update Whois contact information are not obtaining voluntary express objections, and therefore such objections cannot be used as a basis for denying a transfer pursuant to Section A.3 to the transfer policy. Registrants are advised that any express written objections to transfer obtained by registrars through compulsory means, including express written objections obtained before allowing registrants to make required Whois data changes, are involuntary and therefore not valid basis to deny transfer requests. So basically, to me, that means that I need to be able to change my Whois information without having to check a box like that. And because I am forced to check that box, it is involuntary, and it means that it's invalid. And in those terms, it basically says that it has to be a written objection, like an email, fax, paper document, or any other means. Basically, I have to contact you and request that it be locked. Not.
Let me look at this. Let me just take some.
Just before you do that, real quick, I just want to explain something. I've gone through 3 different people already, and they've talked to their managers, and this is the first time I've actually quoted the rules of ICANN, and the first 2 people I talked to, they claimed that it was an ICANN policy. The third person said that it wasn't, and both he and his manager basically refused to unlock my domain because I had it mid-transfer, and they just flat out refused and told me that there's nobody at the company that has that ability.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Is that the one we're talking about today?
Yes, that's the domain.
Okay. And that's the one you're wanting to transfer to somebody else, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And And if you want to talk to a manager, that's fine. I'm just letting you know that 3 other people have already tried doing that, and I didn't get any results. So.
Okay, well, let me just push on and we'll see what we can come up with, okay?
Okay.
I'm not an expert by no means by the ICANN rules, but, I'll certainly see what we can do.
All right.
I can't guarantee anything, but I'll try my best, okay?
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry for putting you through this, but I've just been through a lot the last 4 days, so.
Sure, okay. And can I ask when you say you're trying to transfer it, you're trying to, literally, make a transfer from one registrar to another? Or are you trying to give it to another, a person wants to consume it from you? So you're doing, is the other person a GoDaddy customer?
No, well, basically, I'm trying to transfer my name from GoDaddy, and I had private registration on the domain, and I keep my information up to date. And what happened was when I canceled the private registration, for some reason it reverted to Whois information that was 6 years out of date. And so I couldn't continue my transfer because the information was going to the wrong address. And so I just went in, I updated all my information, checked all the agreements, didn't even think about what I was checking. And because I was just, get in and go. And then I found out later that checking that box locked my domain for 60 days, and it rejected the transfer. And I've explained this to the three other reps, and they seem to not care at all. So.
Okay. Well, let me see what I can help you with. Okay.
Okay.
Let's place on hold here approximately 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll get back to you. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. Let me 3 to 5 minutes. Or bear with me. Okay. One moment.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, thanks for that for holding.
Thank you.
Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Upon further research, it is, since you had made that change, oh boy, I'm getting a bad echo.
Oh, I'm sorry. My phone's just weird. Sorry.
Okay, I'm getting a really bad echo, but since you had made that change, and it's our policy, and that was agreed upon by you as you were making the change, we cannot undo that. I mean, it's just our policy, and it's something we have to follow.
Okay, even though that policy is invalidated by ICANN itself?
Right, because when you made the change, you agreed to that.
Yes, but...
Part of making that change.
But I know there's nothing you can do, but I just want to say that, that I have no other choice in changing that information. It forces me to check that box in order to change the information, and that because I have to check that box, it's not voluntary. And because it's not voluntary, it's not valid. So I just want to state that. I mean, maybe somebody should take that to the legal department or something. But I understand there's nothing you can do, and I really appreciate your help in this matter.
Sure.
So.
I'll look the account. That's no problem, sir. And I understand, but that's just our policy that we have to follow. So.
I completely understand. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You have a nice day, sir. Thanks for calling, okay?
Thanks.